1, 2. 1, 2. Oh.
Hey, can you hear us? Can we be heard? Can we be seen? Can we be ABC?
Arigato.
We just ordered food and we're gonna play for some a while.
Yeah.
Until our food arrives, and then
we're gonna man-mode this.
Yeah, and then we're gonna take a break, longer break when we eat.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're trying to get a lot of most wanted in, depending on.
So it's gonna be the focus for today. I hope you're gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
But again, we played fucking Shadow of the Colossus from end to end like last time.
Yeah.
So.
this is a long game, so yeah. Also, if anyone in your chat has like a recommendation for car you would like to see, just in action.
Yeah.
Basically, we talked about this before. Dondy is a dude who loves Mustangs, so the big bad, basically boss car we will have will be the Mustang, and it's also a very good pursuit car. But if you guys are like hyped about Lambos or Porsche or something like that, or Ford GT, whatever, we will get that one.
Drive a clown car.
This is actually the clown car of this day. The one you can have a Fiat Punto. You can do that.
Go to the bathroom.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, you guys are stuck with me for a sec. There we go. So yeah, like before, the thing we do is like first the race events, and then we'll do pursuit stuff. I apologize beforehand for a little not that good driving compared to what I was used to when I really played this game consistently, but you will see me over this playthrough perhaps improve, and also do get a pretty decent feel of the handling. So I'll try to minimum cheat with the what they call speed breaker thing. So yeah, I'm hoping you're enjoying this, guys, this chat. So yeah, I think many of you guys in chat have seen Most Wanted before, haven't you? So you know what to look forward to. If we're crossing fingers, yep. Fair enough, yeah. Oh, redline it! Oh, I need that transmission now. I can really feel that. I shouldn't redline that much. So yeah, the next car, hopefully we're gonna get is Vix, and he's the next thing up here. We can get his Supra, and then before we get some Mustang, I think that will be the main car we use, basically. That variant is very good for pursuits because it's a rear-wheel drive and have an engine up front. And once you hit a roadblock in this game, you will definitely love having an engine up front. Good ramming stuff. Redlining! This car needs a transmission now, that's for sure. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be great. Right. Listen to this sword humor. Mastodon, my man. This is so sick. Right, we need some bounty. Right. Casson, are you still in the chat? Someone yelled.
Oh boy. Cass is still
right.
Hi.
Fair enough. I'm still gonna continue with the, despite my reservations, I'm still gonna continue with the whole. Besides pursuit things, I'm still gonna drive from place to place to get to it.
It's just because it's gonna feel longer because we can't see cutscenes.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah.
Okay, dude, your way.
The thing is because if I only have one pursuit car, I have to go into pursuits more often, where I can potentially block progress. That's the thing.
Sword is saying, do not know the music of this game. I think we've completed this like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but hey, wait a sec, you remember?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Sword remembers something. What the hell? Mick, are you okay? Do you need a? I mean, he has the C virus, right? But
honestly, holy shit, that might be a buff for him.
Yeah, having the C virus gives him more memory.
Basically, the memory card is upgraded.
Even Andy says, "Whoa."
Yeah. This should tell you how much of a legendary game this is. If even Sword Humor can remember shit from it. Want to see the ocean? No, I want to see this nut. So just skipping my question. Yes.
Yeah, we just skipping your question because that's not gonna be relevant.
Yeah. Ask another one. We can skip that one as well.
Well, she actually did ask a question by asking this, and we didn't skip it.
I mean, ask another one. Skip that one as well. Yeah, pursuit time. Right.
Yeah, you do the squeaks, man. If you can hear something that it's sound like it's in deflating, it's just melon.
Yeah, deflating tires.
It might be a brain bug since you love this game so much, Yax.
Basically. I mean, honestly, I'll be real with you, Chad. Between this and Oxygen, when I was at peak. Look at this idiot! He killed himself, literally.
I'm gonna destroy that thing.
This is Rockpot's finest, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell? He dumped a fucking radio tower on himself.
Was this pre or after Black Box?
No, this is peak Black Box. Peak Black Box. This is where the first Black Box games, the Black Box. Yeah, Black Box games they made was
Black Box.
I just my brain just died.
The first Black Box games.
The first they made was Hot Pursuit for the console, and then it was Underground. So and ever since that, EA was like, yeah, you guys who made the PC thing, F for you, we're gonna roll with these guys. So yeah, EA used to be pretty fucking ruthless.
They're so ruthless, they're just annoying now.
I mean, at least they don't try to have other teams competing for,
Nah, that's true.
That is. I mean, they have always been like that. And the reason why, in my humble opinion, why the older Need for Speed games were better is that they actually had a cycle plan. So they, the Pega department. That is indeed correct. Also, just this thing here about having a radio comm going on. I think it's just such a little detail, right? But it actually adds a lot to the feeling of them being, and you can hear them being frustrated to try and catch you. It actually gives them a lot of personality. And I think the smartest thing that even the new fucking things don't have, in Heat, by the way, which is way more cinematic, it doesn't have a straight up antagonist like Cross. And I'm sorry for you guys who didn't see him because of the cutscenes, but look up Cross. He is like an evil police villain, and you can find him while driving around. So you can hear him come out. Are you for real?
That was easy.
I'm not doing this on purpose, chat. I'm just way too good at killing cops, apparently.
Hashtag humble brag.
Press F for fuck the Copo. Job's done. Actually not, because I need more bounty. When you kill the Popo too effectively.
Gift him.
Yeah, give... Come on. I mean, you know what? It's actually pretty perfect. We get a Mustang.
Alright.
Look at that horse.
I like the fact that horses don't have 1 horsepower.
That is true. It's actually good.
They have a lot of horsepower.
They have like, I think like the average like have 3 to 4 or something like that. It's a good measure.
Like, what?
Everyone in the chat is like, what the hell?
It's so annoying that the thing is that we call it horsepower because it makes no sense to think about it.
I think the root of it was like, this is some amount of work that some horse as a way of locomotive can transport stuff, right? So it's a weird unit based on that. But actually what it's made on is like a weird inversion of certain things, where you can have like, either it moves this amount of water barrel shit on like, and then you can, it can be like this over a certain distance over time, or it can be like this amount of kilograms in the barrel, something like that. So it doesn't make any sense. It's not based on what a horse can actually do, but it's just...
remember, the reason for not having engine in the back is because have you ever seen a horse push a
yeah,
vehicle?
It sounds like a joke. The thing he's referencing now is a dude called Panos. He made a race car, and his sole reasoning for that was like, I don't want a mid-engine car, even though it's actually very good for weight balance and stuff back in the day. But he was like, have you ever seen a horse push a cart? It pulls. So this is of course why it should be front-ended.
Okay, now you're saying that about the channel points sort. Since Melon doesn't want to do it, could you design a channel point button for me? I want it to be a guitar pick or something. Dude, you do know he's made like 2 emotes for my channel, right?
F in the chat.
Yeah, that's fine, Andy. Thanks for being here.
Will there be a roadblock? Will there be a road? Can you catch up? Really? Really? And now he just turns it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, spawns here. Come on. Oh, you have 17, alright. Now we have the silver cruiser things. If the cars... no buffering. Stream error. I'll pause. Just pausing here.
Right, yeah, it works now. It's just, I think it's Twitch being Twitch.
Fair enough.
It's
yeah.
It's not the stream. It's just Twitch being Twitch.
Fair enough. Once that happens, can you hear us anyway? Do an audio confirmation. Whoa! Look at this. We're literally at the bus station here. Just quickly.
Because it's also having some Andy stream sometimes.
Right.
It's just Twitch. It's not nothing.
Yeah. You do get paranoid due to the setup things. But I totally
but you remember, I have this. I can actually see when there's something hiccups and see no notifications for it.
Fair enough.
So it's not our stream.
Fair enough. All right, now comes the fun part. Look at this bullshit up here. Now we have roadblocks.
Fucking Twitch! How dare you to be Twitch? Yeah. Well said, Nick.
That's a short humor line if I've ever heard one.
But seriously, Sword or Melon, could you maybe do a guitar pick for me for channel points? That would make the most sense for me. If you think about it.
Yeah, now I'm just basically killing cops for fun because I'm a side.
Killing me softly with this car. That's not gonna be softly.
Oh, no. And now we get maximum, and then we get the fuck away.
Guitar pick. Don't you want collector? You know, the one you use for playing a guitar.
Oh, he thinks it's a specific one. I think that's the question.
No, I just need something designed that, like something that screams me. You know.
Oh, I meant to do a pick. What pick? I think is it literally he means like what kind of collector? Is that what you're asking for? Look at this perfect...
Oh, ego. What?
Logo.
No, not a logo. I need that... Well, you could, but I need a guitar pick for my channel point system. Right. Because I still have the circle thing.
Look at this engine coolant looking shit. Oh.
Then hurry the fuck up!
Let's go! Because
you have like almost a year to design my emotes, right? And you haven't done them.
Hear that inflated tire.
I know I'm calling you out now, but that's just how it is.
I mean,
and just to be clear, chat, I wouldn't do that if I didn't know the person, because I give her a hard time all the time, but she gives me hard time, so you know.
Hard time.
But no, seriously, I know she can take it. That's just we're a very loving couple, isn't that right?
Fuck you.
I love you too.
That sounds convincing.
I love you too. Haven't I did show you the Viva la Dirt League video, right? But the one who uses the quotations wrong. Like, of course I love you.
Oh boy.
Haven't I showed you that?
I think I have seen it before as well. But
it's so awesome because it's he keeps using it wrong, but he thinks he's using it right. So whenever he talks to his girlfriend, of course I love you, and yes, I'm gonna be with the boys.
The boy. Me and the boy. Oh, Jesus.
So you are cheating. You are cheating on me. No, I'm not cheating on you.
Oh, wow. This here is a very good idea. Just having intros.
I mean, some fool named Sword Humor actually made it for me. So.
Yeah. I mean, you could say what you will because it's a password.
No, to be fair, I actually love the PGA mode.
Yep. This car is pretty nice, right? I think we could jack this one.
Isn't it the Supra?
Yeah, it's the Supra. We will jack that one. And I think because I know which one is the one now, so we can jack it.
Cass is driving like.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I would fucking love? Just having a GIF. You know the thing that Snoop Dogg does with when he turns, like, yeah, just do that while doing a drag race, which will make no sense. And then he just beats everyone.
I like it's fucking bad in chains again.
I mean, it's the boss music by now. Whoop!
But you know, since the Gates is a bad guitarist.
Obviously. I mean, everyone on the internet says that. So that must be true.
I don't get why people call him a bad guitarist, because he's melodic, he knows how to fucking sweep pick, and he knows, you know.
I mean, the thing about it which I don't get is that he actually makes interesting guitar parts, and he actually uses his technique to something. And also, the dude can hella make riffs as well. Because I find many of the shreddy guys too, they just don't know how to make good riffs.
Have you heard him play jazz, actually? He's actually pretty good at it.
I have.
He's so awesome, and people, especially in the shred community, people are like, he's such a fucking noob. He's just a poser. He doesn't know how to play guitar, man. Like, okay, who's your favorite guitarist? Yngwie Malmsteen. Yeah, okay, your opinion doesn't matter now.
I mean, he's a good guitarist, don't get me wrong. But
yeah, but the thing is, there's no soul, right? I love guitarists for their playing because of their music.
I fucking hate the argument of soul, but I get your point.
I don't, because there is actually a reason I say it.
It's just such a. Actually, I've heard the same way of referring to Juju, which is why it's kind of one of these things that kind of annoys me, because it's like.
But then it's used wrong, because he actually makes melodies and riffs.
Yeah.
The thing about Yngwie, he has maybe a handful of good songs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, when he does his solo stuff, it's just his technique is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's such boring to listen to.
I've actually heard some of the greatest shit, but I get your point. But also, Yngwie, I think the things that about the people who are into him is like, especially for his time, he was like what people associate with the quintessence shredder. Right? But the thing is, he has actually made some pretty good shit, but he's a cocky asshole, which I think makes it even worse. But just from a pure technique thing. Yeah. But I think the whole thing about guitars just being good on that. I mean, let's be fucking real. There's guitars this day that just makes the old gods look like shit, to be honest.
I mean, I have a handful of favorite guitars, right?
Yep.
But I will say, objectively, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but objectively, I would say one of the best guitarists in the world right now is Tim Henson.
Yeah,
from Polyphia, because he has so many techniques, and he still uses it for music instead of just showing off.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Jason Becker back in the 80s made some of the coolest shit as well. But it's just like, sure. I mean, my favorite band of all time will still be Metallica, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. But that's
even though they are mediocre.
But that's the thing. They make music because they love what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think Kurt could easily be a shred god, but he.
I mean, he was for a time.
Yeah, but he just knows that music sells more.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a reason they're the biggest metal band in the world. Like, come on, man.
I mean, true. I mean, the whole. It's funny you say that about technique and such, because that's actually people who are more into that is usually more of the Megadeth guys. But I like Symphony X and Dream Theater as well. So it's like, what's the point? I don't think technique necessarily sounds interesting. I do like Animals as leaders and stuff like that. Now it just went full music chat, but I do like that as well.
Welcome to Dondy's stream. It can be everything.
Yeah, basically, and prog metal. But I think it's more about the interesting composition of things. For example, like
yeah, again, it's nerdy music, because if you see or hear Animals as leaders, like Tosin Abasi, he's freaking awesome. But it's not everything I love about them. But he knows what he's doing, and he's still trying to do melodic hooks. But it's the thing about Animals as leaders is the music is so fucking like fucking like an LSD trip sometimes.
Yeah. The band where it's too much for me and annoying point is like Mars Volta, because I hate the thing I'm the most impressed about with especially music that challenging and or time signatures like that is that they can groove over it, which is like, how the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
That is so hard to do, which I feel like many of these prog dudes just like, they do random time signatures. It doesn't have the same, you know, heaviness, quote unquote. Right? Again, this is totally a subjective thing, but this is why I like them over so many. I like that. Jesus, Vic is hella good now. I have to concentrate. Will you take a shortcut?
Wasn't Vic actually the hardest one in here?
No, that's Earl. Earl is like legendary for rubber banding, because there is a point where he just straight up cheats, where you cannot beat him. Well, fuck me.
Not right now. You can,
Come on.
You can do that to your girlfriend.
Come on. Ah, getting fucked by, damn it.
Getting fucked by damn it is the worst kind
Damn
of
it.
Is the worst kind
Damn
of
it, oh, it's gonna be, second loss. Very embarrassing. Come on.
But yeah, I think for now, if you think about Animals as Leaders and Polyphia, they're kind of the same type of, you know, melodic music, right? I just prefer Polyphia because it's more grounded. It's still hell of a trip to hear.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to get used to it. But I just love how Polyphia actually made different kind of genres in their music. Like if you see their start on YouTube, like in Passion.
Yeah.
That's a metal and gent number, right? But still with prog. And if you hear something like Goat, they're one of the newer tracks from 18, right?
Yeah.
It's a rap, but a guitar instead of a voice.
Yeah.
So they're kind of split between all kind of music genres because they don't just. I mean, we're a metal band, but they're not really.
I mean, prog is like code word for that, anyways. But I think Goat is very interesting because it's very not metal. But this is the thing about prog, where it's just like it can really be anything. I think also metal is kind of weird in that sense that the only thing that really defines it is a certain sound. If we're totally gonna be honest. So it can basically be anything, to the point where, for example, there's like a band called Amaranth, which is basically when you combine pop and metal.
Polyphia kind of sound like electronic sounding in style, but it's performed by guitars. Yeah. That's the thing, because a dude like Tim Henson, right? He loves music. He doesn't love a specific genre, he loves music. And the way he actually writes stuff, he actually starts with a beat on a computer. Right. He starts electronic, and then he tries to work out how the guitar can sound over it. And then he translates that to his band. So yeah, it's not far off, man.
Yeah. Truly. I mean, and I think that's the point. But again, the thing you can criticize modern metal about, we're not just thinking prog here, is like, shit sounds the same.
Yeah.
It really does.
But again, here's a hot take. I like thrash metal, fine, right? But I've told you this. I think my favorite Metallica album is actually Black, because I'm more of a metal guy than a thrash metal guy.
Yep.
And the Black album is more of a metal / heavy.
Didn't get his car. Fuck.
And
Never mind.
And Black album is more of a metal and heavy rock album, right? So, and again, it's still melodic. I should say, modern metal has a tendency to be samey.
I mean, in terms of sound, yes. Every metal. I'm gonna sound biased as fuck. When you hear a sound like Painkiller that's on Judas Priest's album, right? That shit sounds unique. I mean, even Dream Theater is actually suffering from this, because Pichucci straight up said his guitar tone was based on Judas Priest. Iron Maiden. You know, so even though from a composition wise it's totally different, but in terms of the sound, but again, it's kind of like a paradox, because metal is kind of like, it has to sound like this, and you know, it's kind of weird. So gent actually for a while actually was like the different thing.
That's actually kind of true, because if you think about it, every time I've went to the rehearsal studio, right? It's gonna be, I need this sound, I need this. It's just gonna be the same. When I got the new guitar, I think it was last week, I was like, I need to make a new sound now because my old settings wasn't really good with the new guitar. So I think because of that, people have the same sound all over because it's too much of a hassle maybe to...
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I think especially for something like when you have such an instrument-driven genre, right, in terms of soundcore. I mean, I'm not very familiar with the terminology in like let's be fucking real here, but it's kind of an interesting. It's kind of interesting in some sense, I think. Also, some of the most progressive bands that's ever been made, like Death, Chuck Schuldiner, like guitarist and singer and lead, I think rhythm guitarist, yeah. His guitar had only one setting, volume. That dude could do tons of shit.
He's a little bluesy man.
Oh, thanks. So that is like the thing he could get out of it, man. And once you actually heard like albums like Symbolic and stuff like that, that was so interesting. And also individual thought patterns, like the thing I think it's called Human or something like that. No, that's the album before that. It was very interesting to hear what they can do with that alone. Yeah, and again, ran over, but it's very it's very interesting to just discuss, from layman point. But in general, I really enjoy metal in all just dumb forms.
Solad actually showed me an article about rock music's death because it's kind of melded together.
Yeah.
Like modern rock music is like metal from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So the genre is kind of merged together.
Yeah.
So rock is not dead, but it's kind of been merging with the metal genre.
Right.
So modern rock music sounds more metal. That's the whole point of it.
Right.
And I think that's interesting because I think it's because of the new sound of new instruments and new amps and new technology always making it more easy to actually crank up and make a sound you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe classic rock is dead, but rock as a whole, I don't think is.
Have you heard about Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can even say the same thing about a band like Wolfmother, but there's just certain things we want to sound like this, with this sound and play something else. But it just rock is really weird with that, isn't it? It's kind of like a rebel genre, but it actually is pretty conservative if you think about it.
If you think about Disney's right, their old albums were more prog rock. Like it was more grunge and straight up rock. Where the new album, Alter Echo, is more metal.
Yeah,
it's heavier. It's more to the punch, and that's exactly my point because Disney still sees themselves as a rock band.
Yeah.
So you can say again because of the technology, it's become more same like merging. Not same in the melodies and such, but the heaviness of it.
Yeah. I'll be the first. I mean, I'm not making music like you actually are, but I'll be the first one to admit this. I just want to sound like bands I would like. What happened? Yeah. I would be the first one to admit that the first thing I want to do is like, all right, I like riffs, I like this. I would just have this tone as guitar. Or bands like. So I'm a hypocrite in that sense.
Yeah.
That's what I like. So maybe it's just a case of that more than anything.
Maybe.
So it's just like we grew up on this shit. We love this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
It's hard to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, but people keep trying.
Yeah, they do.
But then again, like in my band, we recently made I showed you yesterday. We recently made a fucking ska punk number track, right? Like, and that's so far off both metal and rock genres it can be.
Yeah, man. That's the thing as well, because some realize that we might listen to this. I think a guy like what's he called? The dude, the guitarist from Slipknot, like Thompson, right?
Yeah,
he was raised on Jimi Hendrix and stuff, Kiss, right? He likes to listen to hardcore death metal and listen to classic music. What does he do? He plays Slipknot. It's like, what? It makes no sense. This is like, it's a matter of what do you get inspired by? And I think that the quote I saw from like an interview of his was like, it doesn't really matter what you're inspired by, because for some band it's literally just a way of saying, I'm trying to copy this shit from others and call it my own. But if it inspires you to do what you do, then go for it. It's a very good take actually, because let's be real, how many have grabbed the guitar due to bands like Led Zeppelin or Metallica or Trivium nowadays, perhaps, you know, Dream Theater.
A fun thing, the only reason I actually grabbed the guitar back in the day was because of my father. He was a huge fan of, he is still, I guess, a huge fan of Joe Satriani. Right. And Iron Maiden. That was the reason I actually picked up a guitar.
Oh, damn,
he wanted me to actually learn it, and I was happy to. It was only like when I was, I must have been like 18 when I was like, okay, I need to find my own sound, and then I was like, I found a lot of bands.
Yep.
What I wanted to sound like, but I could never quite figure it out. Then, back in 2016, that was when I got the whole Disney Sleazy craze, right? Yeah. Where I wanted to kind of play like Tim Christensen, but still a bit more heavy.
Right.
So I kind of merged all my favorite guitars together into one, and I try to find a sound. And that's why when I play riffs and such, I sound a bit more progressive. Like, it's not just a classic rock sound, it's not a classic punk sound. You can easily hear on our albums, right, when René is the one who's made the riffs, and then I have made the riffs, because mine is more technical, where his is more straight.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling him a bad name, but it's just what he prefers to do.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, I like to explore stuff. I like to play different strokes in different ways.
I mean, it's just whatever comes natural to me, man. That's the thing, because I think like the best take on this is like, do whatever you do. It doesn't really matter if it's technical or not, as long as you can play shit well. Because the pet peeve I have is like when people try to play shit technically, they just cancel it sounds like ants.
Like
especially with drummers. Oh my god.
The fun thing is, I have a real I know a guy who I actually aspire to. He plays in my other band, like Billy. Right? He's such an amazing guitarist, and I find myself to want to do better when we actually play together. Right. So I have something to aspire to, right? But he's more of a Satriani, Eric Johnson type.
Yeah, I fucking love Eric Johnson.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he said to me, like here Thursday when we were in the studio last, he actually wanted us to do a harmonic solo together, so we have something to work on. And it makes me happy because I have something to actually aspire to, while still actually contributing to our music together.
Right.
And I think that's the best way to actually be better, to kind of know somebody you can aspire to. Somehow.
Stop blocking.
People ask me about what progressive as a music genre, and I usually say that's a subgenre that takes alternate approach by using elements from other genres. Yeah, I guess, because it's not just one thing, is it?
No, I think the idea of it is like, if you think about it as a term, I think if you think about it like what it actually means is like progression. You cannot be progressive if you do the same shit. This is why it's kind of like, there is something, it's kind of like a joke. It's like, if you put reverb on something and you have a genuine rhythm, then it's progressive. Is it really though, if it has been done before? Honestly, I don't give that much of a damn about it, if I'm totally honest. But I think when it's too progressive, and just, for example, like a band between the Bird and me, I hate that. No, I hate some of the things that they have done. That shit is not my cup of tea. It's a cool band though, it's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, I think like a band like, for example, Soundgarden, they have odd time signatures. They have some very interesting riffs, and they have a very odd time of, for example, they have like odd ways of starting on tracks. Instead of counting in a one, they have a tendency to come in on 2 count or something like that. They always have something weird in their songs.
Yeah.
Even though they are not considered prog or something.
No, but I will call them prog grunge.
Maybe.
because they were part of the grunge era, right? They were part of the Seattle grunge movement, right? But they sounded so different compared to someone like Nirvana or Alice in Chains and the what we call Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially. I always forget about Pearl Jam.
Yeah, but he's still alive. Get that? He's a fucking singer in a grunge band. He's still alive.
Yeah. Shout out to Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains, and yeah, it's some free shit actually.
Yeah.
I'm not the superstitious guy, but honestly,
don't become a singer in a grunge band. You'll die of it.
Especially as from Seattle. Holy shit, that's the freaky part. That's the really freaky part.
But Eddie Vedder is still alive and well. He's having fun.
What the chat? If you can check my time here, this makes no sense. Why I'm so much faster now? It was literally first try.
You were struggling before.
Yeah, the rubber band was really kicking in there. Holy shit.
So can you explain a bit of the rubber banding?
Yeah, rubber banding basically means that it has a fixed speed, where no matter how far ahead it will always be on your ass. So that's the thing. There is actually a race that is famous in the underground. Try calling Eddie, I think it's called like Eddie's Ride or something like that. Eddie's Last Ride or something like that. It's an infamous, impossible race because it basically means your speed doesn't mean jack shit, essentially. Because no matter what, you will always have a hard time. Always have a hard time.
Just to continue from before, Cranky's like, or is he? Maybe he's just a clone for all we know, like Eddie Vedder.
You might have a point.
Or maybe his clone is a clone.
Oh wow. I think of all people to clone, no disrespect for Pearl Jam, but hi Eddie Vedder though. Eddie Vedder. Eddie Resistance.
I mean, I know for a fact that clone arcs are never gonna go well. Just Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I fucking know. The Clone Saga is the dumbest on the
I mean,
shit.
we got a good character. Like, you know, Kane Parker was actually doing well when he became Scarlet Spider too.
Yeah, I have it.
I have it right now because you have it.
Exactly. Honestly, alternate Spider-Man is the coolest shit.
But the thing is, you love Ghetto Scarlet, right?
I do.
That's the OG Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, that's the original part.
Ben Reilly, right?
Yeah.
For me, I liked it. I love when Ben Reilly comes back as Scarlet Spider 3, and that's just because of his costume.
Yep.
That costume he has there is so freaking awesome. Yeah, that's how it is here. We go from music to cars to Marvel shit.
Yeah. You know what? Let's make this the Spider-Man car basically.
Yeah,
Red and blue. Here we go. Honestly, I thought about just having a Batman stream just to learn all about that.
I needed to buy all the DLC because I've heard the Red Hood saga, the Red Hood DLC in the Arkham Knight is pretty damn good. Oh, and by the way, you need to see Titans. Yeah.
I've seen some of it, and that's hilarious.
No, because it actually gets better. It's hilarious. It's still edgy as fuck, right? But it actually gets better. No, it started as a fucking meme, but the show is actually good if you just try to turn off the classic Batman symbols and such. Try to actually watch it.
I have, and it's fun as fuck. I mean, I will give it a shot, but not for the reason it's quality.
No, but I'm a huge believer it's actually better. Now, the start of the first season is what?
I'll be honest. I think also I've been spoiled because the first superhero show I saw on the as Prime.
See you, Cranky. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, good to see you, man. It's like and have a good time. So yeah.
Another thing is I would actually I think I'm gonna buy the whole Arkham package because I already have the Arkham Knight, right? So I'm gonna play Origin first, because that's actually the start of the era. And then I'm gonna play the not open world game Asylum, and then Arkham City, and then a last Arkham Knight because I want to experience it as
Chronology.
Yeah.
Chronology.
Chronological. And I gotta say, people has mixed feelings about Origins, right? Because it wasn't Rocksteady who made it.
It's way better.
But I'm gonna say, Troy Baker makes a freaking good, Joker.
Of course, he's a good voice actor. But
yeah, and that's good because you're finished now.
perfect.
So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna be back when we are back. Again, not gonna stop the stream. I'm just gonna.
Just when it's done loading here, and then
Yeah. But for now,
here we can pause. Nice. And straight up like in the. Oh boy.
I got food.
you got food. But for now, I'll be right back.